Hello everybody, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening depending on where you are in this amazing world. My name is Donovan Jolly, and welcome everybody once again for another amazing video of DIY investing. For today's video, I wanted to go back and actually dive into our model portfolio and take a look at the 5 coins that we invested $10,000 in and give you guys an update on the charts, how the coins are looking, if my thoughts and perspectives have changed, and how much profit we've actually made over the last week. The markets are looking up across the board, and many of the altcoins we've picked in today's list have already been in profit. So we're going to dive into this, share with you guys exactly what you need to know moving forward so that you guys can make the most profit possible over the next couple months. If you're new and just finding this channel, always remember to do me a favor by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to this channel for more updates. Always remember to click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new videos like the one provided for you here. And make sure you guys sign up and join the Discord server of over 20,000 members and growing. If you guys want to join my community and support the channel, the Discord is going to be the place for you to join. On top of all of that, if you're a new guy getting into these markets and you want to understand what it takes to be more profitable with your trades, I do have a free ebook that's also linked in the description that I know is going to help you guys out tremendously, because it's really the same skill set that I'm going to teach you in that ebook that helped me from making unprofitable decisions to making profitable decisions. So go check that out. Links are going to be provided for you in the description. And with all that being said, guys, let's jump right into this amazing video today. Alrighty guys, so here we are taking a look at our model portfolio. We're going to start off and go in chronological order based off of my last video that I gave you guys. It's been about a week since I last updated you, and I wanted to make sure that you guys are knowing exactly what is going on inside of my portfolio. We invested $10,000 into 5 coins with the intent of growing it to $100,000. If you aren't familiar with that update, make sure you guys go watch last week's video and actually follow through with my model portfolio. The reason why I did this is just to share with you guys how I go about finding trades, what I look for when investing, and really, most importantly, I wanted to be able to show you guys a guideline where everybody that subscribes to this channel can actually copy and make some profit with me. That, to me, is the most important thing. I already make people tons of profit inside of my private Discord server, but oftentimes that gets overlooked because of the fact, most of you guys watch me on YouTube. So I wanted to make sure that I'm giving back a little bit more value to you guys, the amazing people that support this channel, by actually giving you guys the opportunity to follow some of my trades. So we're going to go through and actually look at these. First one on today's list is going to be D.I.Y chain. Now, this one's going to be a little bit higher of a market cap. When I say high market cap, I think it's at like $40 million, so it's really not that high of a market cap. You guys got to understand that what I'm looking for inside of a market is oftentimes less than $10 million per market cap. I have no problem investing in the high caps, which a big portion of my investments actually are in high caps, but it's really profitable to chase these low caps off Uniswap, and it's so easy to do so that I just don't see why everybody isn't doing it. At least a small allocation, which is kind of my portfolio and how I do it personally. Now, let's talk about what we're seeing here with D.I.Y, because after the video, we did see a nice reaction. We probably got about a 15 to 20% rally in there, but obviously that didn't last long and we fell back down. Now, I just want to talk to you guys about a basic pattern. We're technically below our entry price off this one, so we are at a minor loss. But we're still too early that I'm not really worrying too much about this. If you guys have yet to actually jump into this model portfolio, this one's a perfect entry, right? Actually better than the entry that I was posted on YouTube. And so this one we're going to watch and see. But what I really wanted to point out to you guys right now is what I kind of foresee happening from here. Now, what I pointed out in my last video was I expected that this support was going to hold. Notice how this was the previous all-time high. We came and hit it here and got rejected, and then we popped up and flipped it. Notice how it came support once, twice, 3, 4 different times before breaking out and going into a new all-time high. And then once we topped here, we came all the way back down, and we're still just consolidating above this level. That, to me, is very bullish. When we consistently make higher highs and we can't break below a given support level, that tells me that there's a lot of value propping the prices up. There's a lot of demand on this green area right here. And so there's really no reason to get too shaken out, even if this goes a little bit lower. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing go like this and kind of fall back down, retest the support level before going up something like this. And this is what's known as a Wyckoff spring. So this is kind of what a Wyckoff spring looks like. It'll look something like this. A market will be downtrending, it'll hit a low, it'll come back up, it'll hit a low, come back up, and then it'll hit one more final low before popping up like this, right? And it'll look something along the lines of this. It'll find the short-term support, it'll sell through the support really hard, make one more final capitulation, and then it just pops immediately out of that. That's honestly what this reminds me of. I could be wrong, don't get me wrong here, but overall, I do think that this is what's going to be the case. And so I'm going to hold through this. I've already accumulated a lot from down here when I actually accumulated ORI at $13. So I have no real intention of adding more to this dip. But for the people that watch this channel that don't feel like they're comfortable enough with the amount of ORI that they hold, I think that this sell-off is a great one to buy. And so we're going to be watching out for this one. Not really a whole lot has changed. We are at a minor loss, but it's not enough for me to worry about anything. So I'm going to watch out for this one and keep you guys updated. Now, the second one on the list today is going to be Bondly. Bondly is one of the leaders for NFTs. Logan Paul is actually the one that partnered with Bondly so he could release all of his NFTs for the Pokemon unboxing that he recently did on YouTube. So Bondly is a real big driver for NFTs. I actually had a conversation with the CEO of Bondly before they had even released, when they were in the pre-sale. And they've changed a lot, and their idea has changed a lot. And now that they're actually tackling NFTs, I think that that's much more valuable for them. At the time, I wasn't super bullish on them. Now I'm more bullish because they're going after so many influencers with NFTs. Now, this is one of the signals that's actually in profit. We bought here at 49 cents. So basically, we're up about 31% gain so far. Pretty decent gain. Nothing along the lines of what I'm expecting, because this is really just us finding this bottom, short-term bottom structure. Now that we're starting to see these bigger green candles, look at this buy volume that came in here. That's very obvious to tell that there's a lot of new money flooding into this market. And so we're going to expect to see us claim this level here at about 68 to 70 cents. Once we can, let's draw a line so you guys can actually see what the hell I'm talking about. Once we can actually clear above this resistance here, and we can flip above it, that's what's going to set us up for price discovery, right? And we'll see something along the lines of this. This amount of volume that's coming in here is pretty much obvious to tell that, hey, there's a lot of people buying into this. A lot of people buying into this means new price discovery, so that's what we should be watching out for. This entire move is simply wave one. And I would expect at least one more big impulse here, and maybe even one more final impulse here. We're going to watch and see, because technically this could be something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we need one more impulse to go, or this could be 1, 2, and we still need a 3, 4, and a 5. Regardless, guys, from our initial entries down in here, we're going to be looking at over 100% gains, and so we're going to at least double our money off this position. That's what I'm targeting for all of these trades, all 5 of these signals. I'm looking for 100% returns, and then I'm going to sell my initial entry fee, and then I'm going to let the profits ride. And then we're actually going to funnel that initial money, the initial investment that we took, $2,000, into something else. And we're going to keep growing our portfolio that way. So we're going to watch out for Bondly. This one is looking really good. It's up about 31%. So I'm going to keep you guys updated moving forward. Next up on the list is going to be Strong. And Strong has been our best performer amongst the 5 of the portfolio. This one was on a little bit of a quicker trajectory. And I knew it was going to be a little quicker profit than the other ones. But nonetheless, we still look like we have plenty more upside to go. So where our initial entry was for Strong was actually at $99, just barely under 100. And we can see that from our video, it pretty much did nothing but break out and go higher. Now, when we come over here, we're up about, 74, 75%. So this one's been our biggest gainer thus far, and it's followed perfectly to my trading plan. What I had pinpointed and what I laid out for you guys in that trading plan was the point that I tried to make, that this looks like early Bitcoin. Remember when Bitcoin went and consolidated at 6K forever and ever, and then it sold off and went all the way to 3,200 to complete the bear market? Well, it was in that bottom formation at 3,200 where we kind of rounded out for about 3 months' time before going all the way up and exploding to 14K. And this is the exact same bottom structure that Bitcoin actually made itself, where we kind of stop, kind of round out here, and then we start going up on the opposite end. We can see that this is a very classic rounded bottom formation. And now we're to the point of the formation where we're going to see some big expansion moving forward. If you guys are watching this channel, and specifically you didn't buy into the last update of the model portfolio, this is one that I would not be touching. And to be quite honest, I wouldn't really want to be touching a whole lot of these unless you're getting in right at my entry point, because at that point, you're setting yourself up for failure because you're not following my specific plan that I laid out. It's important that you guys keep notifications on the videos, especially when I do this model portfolio, so you can know exactly what I'm going to be jumping into, what I'm going to be changing about my portfolio, so you guys can stay on top of this entire profit that I'm trying to make over the next couple months. So So we're going to continue to watch out for this one. What I laid out as far as my target goes was about 281 bucks. I think that was about 180 to 200% up from our initial entry. So yeah, about 180% up from our initial entry. That's really what I'm going to be targeting first and foremost. But like I said, guys, the best place to take profits, in my opinion, is once you hit 100% returns, once you've doubled your investment, your initial investment, in this case, we invested $2,000. Once we make $4,000 off of that, we immediately want to sell our initial investment of the $2,000, and that way we still have $2,000 worth of house money that we just pretty much made out of thin air, right? That way we can let our profits ride. If Strong turns into a multi-billion-dollar crypto, then we're super rich. If it doesn't, at the end of the day, it's just our profits and it's whatever. We already cashed out our initial investment, and we can take that and reinvest it into something else that hasn't pumped yet. This is what we're doing, guys. We're simply compounding our gains, and we're using low market cap altcoins to do so. So the way that we're going to do this, target 100% gains. Once we hit 100% gains, sell half of your investment. That means you cut out the initial investment that you've actually invested into, and now you're letting your profits ride long term. So Strong is going to be the first one to actually hit that 100% threshold. So let's actually see where that is going to be at. 100% gains is going to take us to about $197, just under 200 bucks. So if you guys are watching this video, make sure to lock up some profits at just under 200, because that's going to be the time in which we've actually doubled our initial investment. So this one's Strong. I'll keep you guys updated as follows. Now, next up on the list, number 4 is actually going to be Catalio. Now, Catalio was recommended to me by somebody who claims to be a analyst for JP Morgan. He said, hey, this is one of my low cap gems I've been watching. Go check it out. So I did. I liked the project. It has a ton of partnerships. And because of that, I went and actually bought it. Now, we bought it here at this green line at about 66 cents. So we're not up a ton of profit, but we are up some. We are up about 14% profit. We were up about probably around 40 to 60% profit, but we actually sold back down. I don't care. This is going to happen oftentimes. We bought right before the breakout, so it makes sense that we would actually fall back down to retest the breakout point, because we're pretty much just on support of the previous high. Classic support and resistance flip, nothing to worry about here. Now, one of the things I really like about this chart is it's following a very nice and consistent parabolic trend, right? And if we draw it in here, you guys are going to start to understand what I mean. We can see that this is some very healthy accumulation that's taking place. Remember back in the early days of Chainlink, before it went and had its massive rally up to 20 bucks? Well, Chainlink actually built a very solid foundation like this. It was one of the only coins that consistently was making higher highs and higher lows and just getting more and more parabolic up this linear trend. And this is what we saw with Chainlink. Now, I like the fact that we're seeing the exact same things with Catalio today. Even though we're only at 13%, you know, it's not like it's a substantial return. What I'm really analyzing here is how bullish the market structure looks. If we start showing weakness, if things aren't following to plan, then I may look to take a loss and move on to something else that looks a little bit better. There's always the opportunity for another trade. It's okay if you're wrong sometimes. That's just the way that the game works. The best thing that we can do for ourselves is simply not over leverage ourselves, so that if we take a trade and we're wrong, it's not like we're losing our entire portfolio. We still have 4 other positions that are doing good that we can balance out of. So what we see right here is just textbook example of accumulation, exactly what we want to see when it comes to holding on to a trend. And this is a very obvious trend that is sitting on its trend line. So if you guys have been watching the video, like I said, we're barely up above our entries. This is another good one to jump into. Like I said, this was recommended to me by somebody who's actually an analyst for JP Morgan. He reached out, said it was a good solid buy, so I went and trusted him with that. And I'm trusting it enough to share it with you guys on YouTube. And I'm telling you guys right now, if you were to buy this trend line every time we've hit it, it's provided some very good profits. And we're sitting here once again. So I would expect this thing to kind of take off and continue to go up like we have thus far. The next big moves I do think are going to get a lot more parabolic, so we should be in the room to making a lot of profit very soon. Alrighty guys, last up on today's list is going to be Modify. Now Modify is one that I'm really confident in. It looks a lot like a setup that I've made over 12x returns off of, and it's looking, you know, very bullish. This has been another one of our good winners, of course, out of the 5 that we've listed today. This one's up about 40% right now, and not only is it up about 40%, 1%, but this one is looking like an exceptional time to add to your positions. If you haven't bought this, now is a good time to buy mod. If you guys wanted to add to your positions, I think that this is also a really good time to do so. Obviously, this isn't financial advice. This is what I would personally be doing with my money. Am I going to be adding to my position? No, I am not, because I've already accumulated so much. Before I even made the trade and posted it on YouTube, I had already accumulated some for myself. So I'm in the hodl mode right now, looking to hold into new all-time highs, because if we pay attention here, notice how every time we hit this resistance, we fell lower. Resistance, 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 resistance. What has happened recently here? Do you guys notice something different compared to the other ones? Yeah, of course. We flipped this. And instead of it acting as resistance, what's it acting as? Yes, that is right, support. This is a support and resistance flip. The fact is, guys, we've now broken out of this resistance. We flipped it as support. This is what is known as textbook price discovery. This is where we're going to see some big rallies from here. This is where the market's going to go parabolic. And I'm really bullish on Modify and really every one of these on the list. It doesn't matter which one it is. The ones that are in profit are looking strong. The ones that aren't in profit are looking strong. Every one of these is in profit except for ORI chain, the first one on the list. The one that I thought for sure was going to be the one that was in profit. But that's just the way it goes, guys. The market structure hasn't changed at all. We're still just as bullish as before. Really, what is provided for you guys that didn't get into the opportunity before is a good buying opportunity now. So I just wanted to give you guys this update, talk about the top coins of the 5 that we listed for the model portfolio. The goal is to actually turn this into 100 grand. So before we wrap up this video, let's talk about our total gain as of right now. So when we actually go ahead and add everything up, it's going to look something like this. So ORI chain, we're at about a 2% loss right now, which equates to negative $40. Bondly, we're up about 31%, which equates to about $620 profit. Strong is 78% gains, which equates us to $1,560 profit. Catalio's up 13%, which equates to $260 profit. And then Modify is actually up 25% or $500 profit. Our total profit was $2,940, which brings our total net gain up to almost $3,000 as of right now. Currently sitting at $2,900 profit. So off of a $10,000 investment, our total investment now is at $12,900. So this is really good, guys. I mean, I think we're off to a good start. This has only been a week. A lot of the stuff hasn't really even moved yet. Some of our leaders like Strong and Bondly are really pulling the weight here. Modify is actually a close number 3, and I expect all of these to go up a lot more. And so I'm going to keep you guys updated with all of this. Just wanted to make sure you guys are aware of really the track record and the progress of what we've made thus far. Now, for the people that have waited this long that want to actually understand how to sign up for my video course and signals, inside of my Discord, I offer 2 different groups. I have the video course, which is going to be 20 educational videos that teach you guys how to trade technical analysis. If you guys want to learn how I do this stuff, how I draw on the charts, how I trade, then that course is actually going to be the thing for you. Now, on the contrary, I also offer the signals. The signals are the ability to copy all of my portfolio, follow each and every trade that I take over this next cycle, when I take profits, how I'm going to take profits, what I'm moving profits to, what I'm doing after the crypto bull run. All of that stuff is going to be for the guys that want to actually just get hands-on experience, ask me direct questions, and get a sound model portfolio that they can just copy and follow along with. So if this is interesting to you guys can actually sign up together or separate. If you can only pick one, I always recommend going with the signals first, because you guys want to come in, copy the trades, follow what I'm doing with my money, because that's obviously the most important thing here. Everybody here is ready to make money. That's why we're here. The whole goal is making money, and anybody that's saying otherwise is full of crap. So if you guys want to make the most money, join the Discord, follow the signals. If you want to learn how to trade technical analysis, buy my course. With that being said, guys, if you don't want to sign up for any of my VIP stuff, I do have a free ebook that's also linked in the description. So either way, you guys are going to be able to find value. I give you free value. There's a lot of information inside that course that I know is going to help you out tremendously. If you guys want to upgrade from the course, you guys can check out the video course or the signals to actually follow my portfolio. Go check that out. Links are provided for you in the description. And with all that being said, guys, I'll catch you in the next video. As always, peace out.